What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. Well, or welcome if this is your first time watching my channel. My name is Matt. I'm Matt the Car Guy, and on this channel I do car reviews. So thank you again for tuning in. Today I have this 2021 Mercedes-Benz GLC300 4Matic, and this has been one of the most popular selling SUVs in the Mercedes lineup. It's kind of in the middle of its lineup because they have the GLA, the GLB, the GLC, which is this one. Then we're going to the GLE and GLS, as well as the G-Wagon. So it's right in the middle of the lineup. Price-wise, it's priced right in the middle as well. It starts at about $45,000, and then if you option it out the way you like it, it can go a lot more. Like this particular one, it's at $54,700. So I'm gonna list the equipment of this particular car so you can check out and see what's not standard on the regular GLC. So we're gonna take it for a tour of the exterior. We're gonna check out the interior, take a peek underneath the hood, take a peek in the cargo area, and if you're ready, let's go. So we're gonna start right up front here, and I want to point out that you can see this nice, smooth, clean lines of this vehicle. It almost looks like a bigger GLA or a smaller GLE, if you will. Kind of the same concept, but very nice, smooth lines throughout the hood. There's those 4 body lines that you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. Mercedes-Benz logo. It's got the LED lights, nice grille. Of course, the big Mercedes star, so you know what you're looking at, as well as behind that star is where all of the technology behind all the driver's assist features hide. Now it has this nice chrome trim at the bottom with a little bit of that plastic black mesh, and you can see the parking sensors right here. Those are just the design elements. They're not open, they're not the actual air vents, and these have the LED high performance lights. Okay, so as far as the engine, this engine we've seen on other cars. We've seen it on the GLA, CLA, C-Class, even the E-Class. The GLE has that. It's just tuned differently. It produces different horsepower. This particular one produces 255 horsepower, 273 pound-feet of torque. It's mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission with pedal shifters, and it does have this engine eco start and stop. So again, a lot of manufacturers, this is kind of cool. I didn't know that before, but this is the number of cylinders, so it's a 4-cylinder version. So we'll see how it drives now. Also worth knowing that this vehicle is also available in the GLC 43, which is the performance version of this vehicle, as well as the beast GLC 63, a true AMG vehicle. So the clean lines, the clean design continues through the side of this vehicle. As you can see those 2 body lines at the top, at the bottom. Kind of helps with the design, so it's not as pure, but it is very simple. You can see that this vehicle is equipped with 18-inch 5 split spoke wheels, nice Mercedes-Benz wheels. This design has been around for a while, and it's one of the nicest wheels that Mercedes has, in my opinion, that are non-AMG, non-sporty wheels. What else do we have here? Now you have the LED signals right in your mirrors. In here you have the chrome on top and the body color. See, it's got the keyless go, but the body color door handles. And what it does, see what it's doing right now, it's a keyless go. So basically, if I touch it or if I get my hand close, it's gonna close it. If I get my hand inside of the door handle, it's gonna open, the mirror is gonna unfold. So that's how that works. Now this vehicle is a nice basic polar white color, but it's got the black leather interior. It's not the MD Tech, so it's upgraded interior. I'm gonna show this to you in just a second, but before we do that, let's take a look at the back side of this car. Right, so in the back, you can see it's still a very plain design, but that's what makes a vehicle very nice and clean looking. So the big LED lights, I mean, they kind of wrap around from the side of the vehicle to the back gate, and those are LED, very nice, very bright. You have the GLC, this is your model, of course Mercedes Star 4Matic, because it's an all-wheel drive. This one is an all-wheel drive. It's also available in the front-wheel drive version as well. Now it's got a little bit of this tailgate spoiler that hides that brake light right here, and at the bottom bumper you can see it's got the reflector light as well, and it has the chrome trim at the bottom. Now it does have some fake exhausts, so I don't know why they do it. It adds to the look, to the design of this vehicle, but they're not functional exhaust. It is a 4-cylinder engine, and on the GLC300, which is available too with this big bi-turbo engine, it actually has the real exhaust, so that's what makes a difference. Anyway, so this is the back portion of it, and while we're here, let's check out and see how much room there is in the cargo area, because when you're looking for a sport SUV, you probably want to have enough room for passengers and enough room to transport something. So this one, I have some good news for you. This one's got plenty of room. Now, this vehicle is about the same size as an Audi Q5, as the BMW X3, so this is the main competition, the main segment for it, but it's got plenty of room. It does have spare tire plus a lot of room underneath here. That's actually very unusual. I'll show it to you. And the seats fold down, so the seats have the 40-20-40 split, as well as this cover can be closed, or it can be completely removed if you fold down the seats, so you have more room. And I'm going to fold down the seats so you can see that as well. All right, so let's take a closer look at this area right here, so you can see how much room there is. And there's plenty of room. And if you want to fold the seats down, all you have to do is those buttons, those levers right here, are releasing the seats. Now it doesn't go back if you close them, so you actually have to push them back yourself, but it's got plenty of room, even if you have to load up something bigger, or a piece of furniture maybe, or a refrigerator. Well, maybe not refrigerator, but something bigger. Now this is what I was telling you about. It's got the spare tire, but look how much room there is in addition to that spare tire. I'm not sure if it's missing something. It doesn't look like it, but there's plenty of room in here. So what else we have here? We got the outlet for charger in here, and this is the cargo cover that I was telling you about. You can leave it on, or you can completely remove it. Okay, so let's check out how much room there is in the back seat. Front seat adjusted to my regular driver's position, and I'm 6 foot tall, so just for a point of reference to see if you can fit some passengers in here, and you can definitely do that. You know, one of the things I really like about Mercedes, that they space out their vehicle very nicely, and there's enough room for the front passenger and driver, and there's definitely enough room for the passengers in the back. Now this is definitely not a vehicle that would be able to house a third row seat. There's just not enough room back there, but for a 5-person family or up to 5 people family, it's a perfect vehicle if you don't have to lug a lot of luggage. So let's take a look in here and let's see what else is here. Yeah, so let's walk up here and let's see what else we have. Now this vehicle is equipped with this Burmester stereo. This is a optional stereo that's available on Mercedes, and this one also has optional rear heated seats. And as you can see, the seats in the back are pretty nice and comfortable. And what else you have right in the middle here, you have your AC vents, as well as you have your 12-volt charger, as well as a regular 115 volt charger that can plug in a charger for your laptop or anything like this. So this is the back of it. Okay, so some of you asked me, why do you do that sound check on the door? Simply because maybe I'm old school, maybe it's kind of quirky, I don't know, but it always sounds, if the car door sounds good, to me it means the quality and the well design of the vehicle. So let's check this out. See, there's no clanking, there's no other noises other than the nicely sealed door when it closes. So to me that means quality. That's why I do it, just in case you're wondering. And while we're here, let's take a look at what's on this door right here. Right, so what do we see on this door? It's a nicely trimmed door. I mean, it's got the leather interior, so it also has a leather wrapped door. And Mercedes got 3 memory settings on their vehicles, and this is how you control the seats on pretty much all of the Mercedes models. Now, this vehicle is equipped with heated and ventilated front seats and the heated seats in the back. Burmester stereo, so it's got the Burmester logo in here, and of course this is your controls for your windows, mirrors, and this is your child safety window lock. Lock and unlock, brushed aluminum door handle, and this is where you open and close the gate. Now you have a couple cup holders as well as some storage at the bottom of the door. This vehicle also, I'm not sure if you can see it, but it is illuminated door seals. Plus, it actually projects the Mercedes logo. We won't be able to see it unless it's dark, but it projects it from the mirrors at the like a puddle light, so that projects the Mercedes logo on the floor, on the ground, if you will. Okay, so let's take a look at the interior of this vehicle, and if you've seen one of the newer Mercedes, you basically have seen them all. It's got the same steering wheel, it's got the same controls, it's got the same MBUX system. But for some of you that haven't seen my previous videos, I'm going to go just through the basic options of this vehicle and see what's what. So the left part of the steering wheel controls what happens on this instrument cluster. The right hand side of the steering wheel controls what happens right on the right hand side as well. And it has this MBUX, which is the new system, and they upgraded this GLC model with the MBUX just a few years ago. It had the older Mercedes system, command system, that they used to have before. Hey Mercedes,
how can I help?
So see, it's got the voice command. Ambient lighting green.
Okay, I'm changing the color.
Wow, it can actually do that. That's awesome. So let's take a look at the instrument cluster really quick, because this is also a newer to the GLC. They had the regular analog cluster. Now this is all digital, and it looks absolutely great. This is the simple design. Left hand side you got your speedometer, right hand side you got your tachometer, and you can also do a lot of the same controls from the screen right in front of you, from the instrument cluster, as from the main screen on the right hand side. And you can control it, like I said, through the steering wheel. You can control it through your voice, or you can control it through, not this one, the touchscreen, but the middle one through touchscreen as well. So navigation system, it's unavailable, but good news, it's got both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you don't really need navigation. You can project what's happening on your phone to here. Assistance, so you can set up your cruise control. You can set it up the distance to from your car to the car in front of you. You can set this up. Service, the vehicle is not due for service. It's a brand new vehicle, so you can see service A in 334 days, which means in almost a year. So they just got this vehicle relatively quickly. Radio, media, phone designs, you can change this to sport, classic, progressive. Let's do it classic. I think I like this design the best. What's nice about this as well is that you can see in some of my other videos, you can see a huge reflection, and it's a very shiny screen. This one is more of a matte screen, but it's still nice, bright, and visible. Now this one remains shiny. You can see the difference between this screen and the screen right in here. Anyways, we're gonna go and take a look on the screen to your Right. Now on this particular screen, you can control basically all of the functions of the vehicle, and you can control this screen 4 different ways. This panel on the steering wheel, touchscreen. As you can see, I can swipe just like your regular iPad or iPhone or any of your devices. You can control it through this little track mouse or track system right at the bottom here, or you can control it through voice using a phrase, "Hey Mercedes." So now we're in the ambient lighting, and might as well start with this because we can do it. Okay, so the brightness is set at the highest. Let's change the color. Now it's supposed to be green, and you can see it in, not very visible, but you can see it right at the bottom of that trim. Let's say we change it to red. See how it changes to red, and you can see you can choose 64 different colors. So depending on what mood you feel in, if you're relaxed, if you're agitated, if you're happy, if you're sad, you can choose the ambient lighting to your liking. So this basically controls everything on the car, and we're gonna go just through some main features. I mean, there's some more detailed descriptions of the MBUX info. That basically gives you the vehicle info, engine, consumption. So let's see the engine right now. Normally it will tell you of how many horsepower it produces and what's the torque when you're driving, consumptions, and then you have the owner's manual. Mercedes Me and apps. Okay, so you can devise your smartphone, you can go to the browser. If you're connected to the internet, you can actually be online. As far as comfort, it is for ambient lighting, and you can actually choose multicolor animation, or you can choose different settings for the ambient lighting, color and brightness. Let's go back to the main screen, media. Now this one has the Burmester stereo, and you're gonna have to take my word for it, because every time I try to check it out, YouTube actually hits me for a copyright. So I can't listen to music if I don't have the rights to it, which is kind of crazy, but I guess that's their way. And you can set up the phone, so anything you can control through this screen right here. You can also change the vehicle settings, and let's say quick access, tow-away protection on, interior motion sensor primed, so this is interesting. Assistance, camera on parking, active brake assist, attention assist, blind spot assist, vehicle settings. What else we have here is the dynamic select. This is your different driving modes basically, and you can choose from individual configuration, or you can choose request at start. So easy entry and exit. Basically what it does is steering wheel and seat will move back and then go back into the position, like you can see on this screen right here. It will adjust so it's easier for you to enter and exit the vehicle. I'm gonna leave that on because it's a nice feature. Belt adjustment, so it's kind of belt tensioners. Acoustic lock, so you can hear when you hit the button on the remote, you can hear the vehicle locking. Automatic door lock, automatic folding for the mirror, standby mode, when ignition switch on, engine off. So lights, ambient lighting, exterior lighting delay, interior lighting delay, daytime running lights. What that basically means, the exterior lighting delay, if you are leaving the vehicle and you have a long driveway and you want to actually get to your house and have the illuminated walkway, the lights will stay on, and you have the options 15, 30, 45 or 60 seconds. Interior lighting delay, same thing. When you hit the lock on the doors, the lights will not go off right away, and the daytime running lights are off. Locator lighting, that's basically when you hit your lock and unlock, that will tell you the vehicle lights will turn on and off. Here's your system settings. You can check out different displays and controls. Voice activation, that's basically what we were talking about. Hey Mercedes, you can choose a different phrase, I guess, because sometimes it is very, very sensitive. So we're going to turn that off. And this is your MBUX in a nutshell, basically. All the controls for the car available here. Right below here, you have your AC and heating controls. Different settings right here, and this is your shortcut for the telephone display right on the screen. Navigation, it does not have navigation, so actually this button is kind of a dead button. It doesn't do anything for some reason. Volume control, by the way, on the radio is right at the bottom here, or on the steering wheel. This for some people that are going to be looking for that radio knob. It's not here. Okay, we're going to turn that off. Here, now what we have also, you can turn off the display or the system off or display off if you'd like to, and now it's blank, or you can turn the whole system off. Now we're going to go back on when this is the parking assist, and we're going to see how it looks, how it feels on this car. I've checked it out in a couple other Mercedes. You can turn off your traction control off in here. This is the automatic engine start stop button, so when you get to the stoplight, the engine will turn off automatically, and then when you are ready to go, it's going to turn on automatically. Some people like that feature, some people don't. It actually helps a lot with your gas mileage. As far as the gas mileage, so 21 in the city and 28 on the expressway. That's basically your gas mileage. Okay, you can turn off your parking sensors, and this is where you change your drive mode. So you have individual, Sport Plus, Sport, Comfort, Eco. Those are your basic driving modes. One of the other optional features that this vehicle has is also panoramic sunroof. One touch operation. First time you touch it, it's gonna open up the shade. Second time, it's gonna actually open up the sunroof, and we can see how much room we have. And this opens up about 18 inches or so. Nice windscreen, this beautiful foliage. That's one of the things about the fall that I really like. Anyways, we'll go back to the car. I'm going to close that up. Again, one touch operation. What else do we have here? Dashboard, nice design. It's a little bit different. It's not sloped as all of the other ones. It's kind of protruding up here. You have this nice kind of brushed aluminum trim and the matte trim. Now, I'm not a big fan of the shiny ones. I actually like this trim a lot. So, kind of a matte trim. What is it called? It's natural grain. It looks like natural grain trim. So, this particular car has leather interior. Most of the Mercedeses have what they call MBUX interior, which is their artificial leather. This one has actual leather interior. The seats are very nice, comfortable. It has that contrast stitching in the middle portion of the seat, and the seats are nice and perforated. So this is very good looking interior. What else we have here? Deep storage compartment, 2 USB-C outlets right here. By the way, this vehicle is also equipped with this NFC charging and battery maintenance, so it's actually maybe not a charger, but it's going to maintain your battery if you put your phone right there. I wonder if it works with the phone that has a case on it. Not sure if it's supposed to light up or anything like this. And guess what? This one actually has a smoker's package. It's got an ashtray. Interesting. I thought a lot of manufacturers are actually staying away from the promoting smokers, but I guess Mercedes said, hey, if you want to smoke, it's your car, you're spending the money, so we're going to give you the ability to make a choice for yourself. Alright, if you're ready to take this one for a ride, that's the next part of this video. Alright guys, so I'm ready to take this for a ride right now and see how this vehicle drives. I driven that before, but now I'm gonna take you on the ride with me and we'll see together of how that rides. Couple things we check out usually in each video. First thing is the rear view camera, and boy, I gotta tell you, I love that 360 camera. And the Mercedes not only that has one of the best quality cameras in the industry that I've seen, but their 360 is absolutely great. So you can have different angles. So like for example, this is a wide angle camera. You can see what's going on. You can see there's a vehicle coming, and you can have the top view camera, so you can see I'm parked right in between the lines, which is a nice feature in here. We can have the front view camera, so you see what's in the front, and we can have a front wide view camera. Now we have the parking assist press button in the center console to start, so we're gonna check that out as well. So let's actually do that and see if this vehicle is going to be able to find its own parking space, and then if it's going to be able to actually park it. So what that does is basically the vehicle, once you press that button, it's looking for a parking space. So I'm going to punch it right here, and if you can look at the screen, it says searching for parking. Let's see if it's going to find it. And a good question to ask would be of how is it looking for parking? Is it looking based on the parking spaces, based on the lines on between the parking spaces? Does it have any other magical way of doing this? I will ask that question when I get back to the dealership, because for some reason it's not finding the parking space. Okay, well, while we're looking for a parking space, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check out the turning radius of this vehicle and see how good or bad it is. We've checked out pretty much every single car that I've driven. Now that we have a clean way to go, it turns on the dime basically. It's very nice. It's also looking for a parking space. Okay, I can't find it. Maybe we'll have a better luck on another parking lot. I'll give it another try, but you know, like I said before, I wouldn't rely on this for me to park a vehicle. So turn that off. Okay, I'm gonna go and check out the radio and see if it's actually not gonna mute me. If it's gonna mute me, then you gotta take my word. Hopefully you've heard that nice clean sound. If you didn't, it's nice clean crisp sound. Burmester stereo, it's the upgraded stereo. It's the an extra option. I want to list it at the bottom and see, show you how much it is, or tell you how much it is. Anyways, as far as the agility of this vehicle, let's check out the steering and let's see if there is any body roll on here. Okay, so we're gonna put up some pretty mean turns, and I mean, while you can feel the vehicle leaning, it's not uncomfortable, it's not bad at all. Acceleration, we're gonna check it out, but before we do that, let's hit the brakes really hard too. Okay, brakes are good, trust me. Three main driving modes on this vehicle. You have the sport, you have the comfort, you have the individual driving mode. And we're gonna put it in Sport, and then I'm gonna put it in Sport Plus. Even though it's not a sport vehicle, I believe that, you know, having the ability to change the dynamics of the car is very important. And most people would probably drive either in comfort or sport mode anyway, and very few, unless you're going for the performance AMG car, will choose to actually play with the individual settings. But this option is available for you, and that's what's important. So now I'm in the sport mode, okay, and it's got nice acceleration. It holds on to the gears a little bit longer than in the comfort mode, and it's a little bit stiffer as far as the suspension. Let's put it in a Sport Plus, and I'm gonna see. And what's interesting, when I switched it to a Sport Plus mode, it tells me that don't use it with the luggage rack on top. So if you have a Thule or anything box up on top, don't use it in the Sports Plus mode. But let's see. Actually, you know, this would probably be my go-to mode, is the Sport Plus on this particular car. If you've seen my other videos, I'm not too crazy about some of the Sport Plus on the more of a performance vehicles, just because they are too aggressive, almost overly aggressive. Now with this engine, this feels perfect. And I gotta tell you, this 255 horsepower engine tuned perfectly to the weight and size, the power to weight ratio for a regular family SUV is the best. Yes, you're not gonna, it's not the 43, it's not the 63. If you want to go for a performance one, you have to pick one of those other options. But for a regular daily driver, super smooth ride, lots of room, comfortable seatings, plenty of options to choose from. Low starting MSRP. Now with the 4Matic, it's about $45,000. Without the 4Matic, probably about $43,000 and some change. Now you can load it up, and this particular one, it's loaded vehicle, okay? And what I mean by loaded, that it has tons of extra options, almost $10,000 worth of extra options. It's listed about $64,000. So, I mean, it's got the panoramic sunroof, that's extra options. It's got the Burmester stereo, that's extra options. It's got the package one, that's extra options. It's got the bigger screen, that's an extra option. It does have the ventilated seats, that's an extra option. So it's got the illuminated star in the front. It's got the puddle lamps, puddle logo lamps in the mirrors. That's an extra option. There's some other ones that I forgot, but I promise I listed in the description of this video. But anyway, so there's tons of options that are available for this vehicle, and I want to encourage you, if you're looking for something like this, don't dismiss it. Take it for a spin, see what kind of deals they have. Again, thank you Mercedes-Benz for Hoffman Estates for allowing me to film another one of your vehicles. Link in the description of this video, and give it a big thumbs up, guys. Again, if you like watching this type of videos, please hit subscribe button, hit that like and share button if you think it's gonna benefit somebody else, and I will see you in my next video. Cheers.